We all use username and passwords in our daily lives, while at work, to log into your system, or to access your internet banking application. We also hear a lot about words like authentication, identification, authorization, accountability, or maybe non-repudiation, etc. So today, let us discuss about what this authentication process is all about in a bit of detail. Well, my name is Shiv Prasad Ariga. I am from Brick Digital Technology, providing cybersecurity awareness training and advisory services. My professional credentials are displayed here. I am an active member of ISC Square with over 30 years of international experience in IT infrastructure and security management domains. Thanks for joining, and let's proceed discussing about authentication process. Please click on the subscribe button if you want to get notified when we have something new and exciting to discuss. This topic could be of interest for professionals who are seeking industry certifications such as CISP, CISM, etc. The terms and definitions are as per CISP certification perspective. So today, let us discuss the following topics under the authentication process. So again, the definitions are from CISSP exam perspective, while different people have different definitions in similar lines. So what first and foremost, let us discuss what is identification. Next is what is authentication, followed by what is authorization, then what is auditing and accountability, then what is non-repudiation, and finally we'll have a recap and summary. So let us now discuss what is identification. So by definition, identification is claiming to be an identity when attempting to access a secured area or system. So identification is not just restricted to human. You see they are saying even uh, a system here as well. So it can be systems or applications talking to each other. These days, we see many automated process. This is where the applications are talking to applications, or a system is talking to a system, or a process is talking to another process. So they all need to be identified. So there are three concepts here you must remember. One is something you know. Other one is something you have, and something you are. So for example, something you know is, for example, your password or a pin. Something you have is example, a token or a OTP or your digital certificate. This is something which you have. Or another example is your smart card. So these are all examples of something which you have. Something you are is related to your biometric, like your face or your iris or your thumbprint. Okay, so these are all part of what something you are. So now let us see what is authentication. So see, the definition is authentication is a process for verifying the identity of an object, service, or person, or in other words, proving that you are that identity. Okay, so what happens is, see, when you authenticate an object, the goal is to verify that the object is genuine. So when you authenticate a service or a person, it is to validate the credentials that are presented and confirm that it is authenticated. So your username or password is stored in a database. Once you enter your username and password, it's validated against the entries in the database of the system or the server. So identification and authentication are often used together as a single two-step process. Providing an identity is the first step, and providing the authentication factor is the second step. So without both, a subject cannot gain access to a system. So subject is you can take as a username. So now let us discuss what is authorization. So now let us see what is authorization. Authorization is defining the permissions, that is allow, grant and or deny of a resource and object access for a specific identity. So I think these definitions are plain English. Um, it is like, once you're authenticated, it's like you are allowed to enter a house, and once you are allowed to enter your house, which room you have access, or if you have access, whether you are able to sleep there, allowed to sleep or sit, or just stand. It is a crude analogy I'm using. Maybe you're not allowed to to access the second bedroom, and you're not allowed access to a kitchen. So this is vaguely, in human terms, we can relate to as authorization. So once you enter, you may have access to write a file, or read a file or print a file. So these are all the different privileges that you have on a system resource. This is the process of granting or denying access to a network resource, which allows the user access to various resources based on the user's identity. So if you are a system admin, you definitely have higher privileges. If you are just an authenticated user, you might just have read permissions. Or sometimes, depending on your job or role function, you may need write and change permission, or at times you may have the permission to give permission to assign permission to others. So depending on your role, you have the authorization to do different activities on a file or a folder, or certain aspects within an application. So, uh, in terms for CISP examination, there is something called as uh, there are different models of access control. See, authorization is also access control, right? So there are three different types of access controls, like discretionary access control, which is DAC, or mandatory access control, MAC, or role-based access control, or RBAC. We will discuss about these models of access control from a CISP exam perspective in another upcoming video. So now that we have seen, you have identified yourself, the, the authentication process has succeeded, and you are authorized to take actions, read or write on a file, etc. So after that, what? So there is something called as auditing and accountability. So when you are accessing a system, okay, let's start with the definition. So auditing or monitoring is the programmatic means by which a subject's actions are tracked and recorded for the purpose of holding the subject accountable for their actions while authenticated on a system. This is again, I think definition is plain English. Um, so, see, auditing is needed to detect malicious actions by subjects. Subjects meaning users, or maybe if there is an attempted intrusion, or maybe if there are system failures, and when it is required to reconstruct events, or if you have to provide evidence, when for prosecution, or if there are problems, to produce problem reports and to do analysis. So this auditing is very much required. So when we say auditing and accountability, this you all might have heard about system logs. So this is where the system logs are very, very important. So in some high and critical system, sometimes we see that if the auditing or logging is not enabled or disabled for any reason, the system shuts down automatically. So that is a level of importance that is given to system logging by many organizations that realize the importance of their data and securing their systems. So let's move on to the next subject, that is non-repudiation. So now let us have a look at what is non-repudiation. So if you see the definition, it is the inability to deny. Means a user cannot deny having performed a action or a transaction. Again, this is plain English. So you are not able to deny that you have performed a particular action or a transaction. So in human terms, it will be like, I have given 1,000 rupees to Mr. Ashok or someone, and he cannot deny that he has taken 1,000 rupees from me, or neither I can deny that I have given 1,000 rupees to him, neither he can deny that he has taken 1,000 rupees from me. Again, here the two concepts are, one is authentication, that is me, Ashok is Ashok, and the integrity. The other thing is integrity. So when I say I have given 1,000 rupees, it is 1,000 rupees only, and it is not 1 lakh rupees. So similarly, he cannot deny that he has taken 1,000 rupees only, and he cannot claim that Mr. Shiva gave only 100 rupees. So this is the aspect of non-repudiation. First of all, not denying the fact that I have given the 1,000 rupees note to Ashok, and the integrity aspect of it, that 1,000 rupees is 1,000 rupees and not 100 rupees or 1 lakh rupees. So these are the two things, that is authentication and integrity, that goes along with non-repudiation. So just to summarize, it is inability to deny that a transaction has happened. So now let us look at the summary of what we have discussed today. So let us now recap and have a look at the summary of what we discussed today. First and foremost is the identification part. So claiming to be an identity when attempting to access a secured area or a system. So this is normally the username and password that you key in. Next is the authentication part. This is where your identity is proven or validated against, that is your username and password is validated against a database. Then comes authorization. Authorization is the permissions. Once you are allowed, this is a permission that you have on a resource or an object on the system. Maybe it is, remember deleting or writing to a file or modifying a file. These are the aspects of authorization. Then comes auditing. So auditing means recording a log of the events and activities related to the system and subject. So it is system logs are very important when in at times of diagnosing your system, or if there is a malicious activity. So auditing is very important. So accounting is again closely related to auditing. So it is reviewing log files to check the compliance and violations in order to hold subjects accountable for their action. And lastly, it is non-repudiation. Uh, Briefly, it is to say inability to deny. So we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for listening. Please provide your feedback in the comment section below, and do subscribe to this channel. Please feel free to post any queries, or anything you would like to any video that you would like to have regarding any topic in this cyber security. We promise you that we will come up with videos on interesting topics which is related to cyber security. Well, be in touch and visit our website at www.brickdigital.com. Hope it was useful. Thank you for listening.